be able to bring down Golden V very quickly. It might not be the same as what we had from match number 1.
We are now ready to get this going. This is our second best of 3. Golden V versus Vincent Gaming in the Crossfire 2020 Grand Finals.
Yeah, Knotson this time with an AWM, but oftentimes you don't really. Oftentimes you do see a lot of not just Vincent Gaming, also Black Dragons with the 5 rifles. The Snox with an early boost.
It appears to be the Brazilian meta to try that out here. Already GV with some decent defense, a 1-1 trade here, making it a 4v4. Again, Vincent Gaming coming here as the offenders. It's going to be up to Golden V to be on defense, at least for the first half of this game, as Vincent Gaming will be trying to invade and possibly plant the bomb if the situation serves it correctly.
Yeah, right now it looks like they're looking at moving into B with the C4. We do have 3 players walking up through B road, but we'll see how it goes from here. There is still 1 player out over by Central Street.
I'll tell you what, it looks like B-site's fairly naked. Only 1 player covering for the time being. There are several different ways you can nade either into the warehouse or out, but Vincent Gaming actually being pretty conservative, rotates out. Creed's covering this. I think it could have been a moment they would invade, but of course in a game of imperfect information, you don't know that for sure. Instead, Vincent Gaming now coming in here through Central Passage, maybe itching to hit A or B. We're going to find out in a second as nades are thrown.
Yeah, immediately into that bridge side. See the Central Passage on the back of this pretty good 7, taking 2 down. That's good enough, making it a 3v2.
Yeah, Knotson finally cleaning that up. Cleans up Blame as well. And I mean, look at this. This is now 2 versus 2. And I mean, Vincent are kind of stuck between 2 Golden V players. But FaZe goes down. Knotson manages to take him down. And we only have Creeds who has to push over from B into A, and he's going to find it very difficult walking into Ryozo and Knotson.
Oh, the big problem, Knotson's only got very low HP.
Shots fired here. 1 straight bullet, and Knotson is out. Knotson crouching right now, taking cover. Got to be careful for shots possibly through that crate, and that is going to be a beautiful play by Vincent Gaming. Knotson with first blood here, taking that 1-0 victory. And we have to remember, that was less than 5% HP there for Knotson, so clutch play with the kill.
I mean, you guys wouldn't have heard it, but VG just absolutely popped off on that. It was looking so rough. He had nothing left. How did he manage to do it? There was barely a pixel on the screen for hit points for Knotson there.
And frankly, I think it was an unfavorable position he was in. It was very hard to get that peak kill off, but that's Vincent Gaming for you. Expect great things from them here in the Grand Finals. Again, now we have, similar to the closing there of Game 1, in Game 2, we have Vincent Gaming once again pushing, peaking, and now it looks like retracting from Central Passage as they are itching to find a place to infiltrate.
And now with that rotation from Snox going all the way out to the loading dock, all the way far into that A long, pretty much GV pretty much knows that the rotation has to be towards the B side or into the bridge. Now he's falling for that bait spot all the way into that loading dock.
Snox is playing very aggressive here. He is very deep in the loading dock, waiting for that rotation. Maybe it'll come as it looks as though VG are going through sideways into A-long.
VG already taking some damage here, but they still have a 5-man team pushing. This is a very cool defensive position here with Snox way in the corner. No pun intended, could end up with some crossfire on either side there. But VG, now this is what I love about them. They nade, they retreat, and look at the speed. This is very different from the way that Golden V did with their offense. Vincent Gaming is much more decisive. Look at this quick rotation over here. Golden V right now, a little bit uncertain. Now there's 47 seconds on the clock. That's plenty of time for a possible penetration here and a bomb plant here. Again, rotating back into the middle.
I mean, Golden V kind of read it. They did split back out, but oh, 7 gets 2. Does get taken down by Mines, but it is 3 versus 2 right now.
Immediately taking it back, and also they have control because FaZe is still alive from that A site. Wanted to go towards the bridge, but it was going to be free kills going for FaZe. So good rotation into B with less than 17 seconds on the clock, though.
It's going to be up to Blame here. One more player remaining here. It's going to be tough here. And that will be it. We're tied up 1-1 here. Excellent defense here by Golden V, but it is very terrifying to see the mobility here, the fluidity of Vincent Gaming. You can see they nade a location, they rotate back, they peek. There were periods where, if they're not 100% they're not going to go for it. But it's got to be very tough here for Golden V to try to track them. And this time, opposite play here. A total rush into the bomb site as they come forward now. Vincent Gaming now at 3v4 as they're going to try to take a flame here on the side. He's taken down as well.
Oh, this is an absolute bloodbath right now. Basically fighting through that back street. Can GV hold on? VG have a little bit of an advantage when it comes to health. FaZe and 7 are low. Lucam is pretty okay.
C4 is down right now. He's going to try to get the pickup over here. It's tough. More nades are coming down.
Fefik can get back up.
I don't
understanding that there's AWM. He's not really pressuring too much. There's a lot of time, so they can still rotate towards A if they really want to.
Yeah, they still haven't planted C4. I thought they'd have put that down already.
Yeah, he was stuck on the low ground there. He's run up the stairs. He's planted it, adding a 40-second timer here to the clock. Nice shot here by FaZe. It's a 1v1. 30 seconds now remain here.
Yeah, Fefe will be thinking there's a rotation towards that B entrance instead of the back street.
Yeah, but he does take a look down back street. He's looking, peeking.
Spotted.
Spotted. Pre-shot there. Again, he just needs to buy time. He does not know that he's actually slipped over to the side. Beautifully done there, Fefe. And you can see how hyped they are all getting.
That drag was...
This could have been a 3-0 on either side here, but with sick gunplay in the last second of each round, we're seeing Vincent Gaming. It's not just about strategy, it's about accuracy and reaction as well.
I mean, pure skill definitely does seem to favor VG right now because they are playing phenomenally. They look barely even challenged. These moments where it's 1 versus 2, 1 versus 3, normally in the Q9 match we saw it end. It was just 3 kill 1. This way, it looks so damn close.
And Snox are again challenging all the way into the dock. Didn't really find him in the perfect position. Pretty nice timing by Mendez to challenge him. Yeah, it's already too bad. It's only into round 4 and 2 from BL side.
Now, Golden V, although they're losing slightly here, they are doing a good job. The problem is that these headshots, these snap reflexes here for Vincent Gaming are completely terrifying. And now we're once again having a little bit of poking here between the tunnels as they're debating which side to actually hit over here.
Yeah, sometimes if you are going down this far and understanding how good your opponents are, even if they are better than you, sometimes you just have to go all in, like 1-4 defense, defending B only.
But B is being pushed here. Lucam gets blame. Creed gets Ryazu. Lucam gets Creed as well. And it looks like a very comfortable B for VG right now.
Yeah, they've come in here now, and B side is going to have the bomb planted, as we just now see. And let's find out if Golden V can try to break this, but this is tough. This is a narrow area. There's a high ground and a low ground you have to be able to cover from, and now it is one player here with a sniper rifle. There's no way. And I can hear the cheers here from Vincent Gaming as they are feeling momentum on their side.
Oh, yes. Yeah, 3-1. Start off from BL. That's one of the best starts you can actually have. And even in port, when you just literally just attacked into B side, everything you tried out worked, and one more from the bridge. So all you're really left with was A. And oftentimes this attack was started with Snox sneaking out all the way into the A long side, which he's not trying that out anymore. Mendez again.
Oh, it's an absolute slaughter
open
again. B-side has been completely cleared out. They haven't even lost a man. And it looks as though the C4 is going to get planted. And it is a 5 versus 2 in this game.
And it looks like we are in the twilight of Game 5 here. As Vincent Gaming closes it out again, I want to point out alternative defense here from Golden V. I like it. It didn't work out, but they actually camped in warehouse to try to preempt the poking that would come in there. But of course, with Vincent Gaming's unbelievable reaction time, they just shot that down and then invaded, dominating B.
Yeah, GV barely picked out towards that B road. They immediately shot off by Mendez, catching one more off with the rifle, looking towards the other angle. I mean, GB, they're trying a few different things, but every single time they're trying new things, VG seems to be a step ahead every single time. So when it comes down to this side of a situation, when you're losing way too many rounds from the global risk side, sometimes leaving one side open actually works out. If it comes down this bad.
Map smoked here for the time being. You can see the caution they have this time trying to go into warehouse. They're ready for anybody that might be camping in here this time around.
Yeah, but it does look like a full push into B, and there's only 2 on GV defending that slot. We have 3 over by A, so they're going to need a very quick rotation, Golden V, to help push and defend this. And it looks as though that rotation is going to come, but is it going to come quick enough?
We have 7 and Creeds on the low ground here with Blame hiding behind the crate. But you can see they already pre-fired through that.
7 in the back, manages to clean up some, but it is a 3 versus 3.
The flash is good, but a lot of time for 7 to actually be in the lower ground, but Snox keeping everything alive towards the B-bomb site.
You can see the positional setup there by Golden V was actually very, very good. There were so many angles, it was too hard to cover, and I think that's the best defense we've had from Golden V overall. I want to go back. There was 1 player behind the crate, 2 on the low ground, nobody on the high ground there. And as they spilled through, you can see that although many shots were made through the crate, they were able to thin out the numbers enough that then the rest of Golden V could come in there and actually clean that up. So we're seeing Golden V, our German team, begin to adapt.
Yeah, good defense there. Baiting by the 2 men that were in the lower ground, and Blame didn't really have a single shot until they actually came in. So it actually became a greater baiting spot into that B box.
Yeah, VG tend to stick together and create basically a bullet wall for their enemies to kind of walk into, which that's how they win. Look, again, you can see it's a 4 or 5 man push into B. They just create these bullet walls, and hopefully the opponent's just standing inside of it, which we have seen 4 times already against Golden V. And this is another aggressive push. We can see no real quick rotation, but none needed on the side of GV, as it is a 1 versus 3. 1 versus 4.
Absolutely incredible there by Golden V. I do wonder if Vincent Gaming is maybe being a little bit too cavalier, running into the B site like that over and over. It was working initially, but I like the adjustments, the small micro adjustments that Golden V has made. They've basically set up, the problem with invading through warehouse, which is the only way you can realistically get, if there's any kind of straight up rush on port, and you're going to hit B, is that you can eat so many grenades as you're all clustered through there, and from there, even a few pistol shots can kill you off. So this time we're seeing Vincent Gaming try to adapt, a little bit more calculated with their movement here. It looks like they're flirting with the idea of possibly hitting the A site.
Yeah, Nelson is deep on that B side, though, and we do see a quick rotation here from VG as they are looking again to push B, faking out that A side push going into B, but the C4 is still very much in that middle section.
Yeah, they can still rotate from the central passage and right into the bridge side, or even into A, as they have yet to peek out offensively into that A long with 5 rifles.
We're waiting to see if they're actually going to breach here through mid. Smokes are down. There's still 1 minute, 10 seconds left on the clock. Vincent Gaming inching forward here. And we're seeing a pretty good rotation here from Golden V coming back out, trying to check mid. It looks like actually B is completely exposed, but the C4 is down.
GV took a lot of hits there. There is only Snox alive. He does manage to get 1. Can he get 2 and 3? That is going to be the question. He is very, very healthy.
Shots fired over there. A nade thrown. Is the C4 picked up? C4 is grabbed. C4 is down. But so is the last Golden V player. Clutch play here by Vincent Gaming.
Yeah, in that position, Snox basically knew C4 is down right at the try there, but still, you just have to go for that long shot. You can't really, you just have to keep that C4 alive. He was also low HP with just 8. Now another rush into B side. Notson already in.
Yeah, they're already kind of taking a lot of damage. Blame is still up. Creeds is still going. And he does eventually fall. 7 still has quite a bit, but it is 4 versus 2.
This is going to be hard to win here. You can see he's not clear on where his opponents are. He's going to come in here from behind, but you have to imagine there's 360 degrees of possible damage that could be taken. And that was so much closer and so much cooler than I thought it was going to be. It's 5-4.
Yeah, which it started with 3-1, actually leading with the BL side. So Golden V tried to adjust with 1 more member into that B side. That round was certainly huge with Flame and also Creed with 7 in defense. That actually worked out so much better right after that round. Even if Vincent Gaming, they tried to rush into B side a lot more often, the defense, it seemed like they got under control with just 2 men right after that moment.
taking an advantage with BL on this map going into game 2 where you're going to switch over to the GR side, it's still not looking good for GV, right?
Yeah. I mean, look, I think Vincent Gaming got a little bit too lax in the middle of the first half of that round. Let's see what happens, though. Vincent Gaming had excellent offense. How is their defense going to be here this time around?
I think that's one thing they were lacking, because knowing that FaZe is up from A top, you can't really challenge into the main sniper as Vincent Gaming. They do have Notson and Mendez with the snipers oftentimes, but they always switch through between AKs.
Okay, again, poking here from mid here by Golden V. A slow start to round 1 here. Shots fired, spraying through the smoke here. We actually have a lot of damage being eaten on both sides here. Vincent Gaming getting pretty squishy. It's a 4v3 right now. Schnox actually taking some hits here as well.
And he does go down. There's still 7 in Creeds who have a lot of hit points between them, but it is a 4 versus 2. But VG are very, very hurt on most of their core players.
It's a 4 versus 1 here. Vincent Gaming, there's a million ways they can close this out right now. Creeds is moving around on the map. He's looking, he's searching, and there is no answer, as now Vincent Gaming takes it 6-1 with excellent defense in the second part of our first game.
Yeah, Mendez there kind of wised up on what would be happening, like a sneaky rotation into A, but Mendez gets him down. So we'll see what happens in this one. We do see Central Street again being the...
Wow. This doesn't happen too often, but Rizal's just making it work. Golden V, losing a member like this again and again is going to hurt even further.
Great shots through the smoke here, making that absolutely impassable for the time being. Again, it's Golden V right now just beginning to get their hit points chewed away. We've already lost Snox. 7 is a little bit below half HP. And there's a chance Vincent Gaming might be taking this team out before they ever get anywhere near the bomb site.
Yeah, it is not looking good. VG have only taken hits on Mendez, who is on that sniper. Anyone who is aggressive, they're basically at full HP. I mean, what are you going to do? It's going to be really hard for GV to find the rotations, to find the angles to take down VG when it's 5 versus 3.
And they switch up and boost into that A-pass access road, making Rizal grabbing another kill, 5-0 right now, just giving no space for GV to make any easy rotation.
And they're separated too.
Yeah, the game continues to go on here, but we're just seeing GV just begin to disappear. One by one, they're getting shot down. They're not able to make any real headway on the map. FaZe did manage to take out Rizal, but how much more can he actually do? We have a second kill here.
FaZe can do a lot by himself, but 1v5, let's see.
Every kill he gets reveals a little bit more of where he is on the map. There's another kill. Oh my God! What a great game, though. You could see it started to get a little bit tense there for Vincent Gaming. His FaZe was going around one by one. The Grim Reaper killing off each player.
That was absolute filth. My God! If he'd have won that game, that would have been a highlight of the tournament. And we're only on day 1, match 2.
Okay, we have Vincent Gaming going into warehouse now. But again, I'm sorry, they're going to back up now. Vincent Gaming still guarding this area pretty well.
Golden V, I think they wanted to bait.
Look at that position.
One of the players out from the bait spot from B, and then making a big rotation into that middle area.
Kreese does get not synced,
so peeked out.
Yeah, it's unfortunate for him. He does get taken down without much of a fight here.
We're waiting to see if the B site is going to be invaded here. You can see Vincent Gaming. Right now, it's just Lucom protecting this one spot. We already have Fefe has been being picked off here by Blame.
Yeah, Fefe was trying to like wrap around behind and come in at the back of GV and was just shut down by Blame. So good read of the game by GV right now, but VG again showing that they just have skills for days.
Vincent Gaming going to try to come in here. We do have the bomb site breach. The bomb is being planted. Lucom over here on the edge. It's going to be against Creeds. He's taken out. And that was an incredible victory here by Golden V. Our German team They're holding their own here against Vincent Gaming.
Yeah, they did manage to get that final kill. I think Lukaum's positioning was just a bit too scripted at that point, and it just made it a little bit too easy to defend. But still, it is looking like a heavily contested game. VG looked as though they were going to run away with it in the first 2 rounds, and now it's looking like GV are coming back.
We're going to see if they can keep the ball rolling. It's 5-7. Vincent Gaming just a few less wins away from becoming the victor here in this best of 3.
Yeah, I think Vincent Gaming just got slightly a little too excited with those positioned in the previous round. Actually reaching out to the side of BL when you don't really have that much map control, especially towards that bridge.
Yeah, Snox was firing down center, but has quickly moved away into that B site. So is the rotation going to work this time? Are they going to decide to move over to A? It does look like B is more open.
One of the mini games you see on this is, can you pick off 1 or 2 players and then rotate somewhere else? It does seem like the game plan here from Vincent Gaming, and we saw this with Golden V, was to basically not have anybody overexposed onto B site. That does seem to be the more desirable location to rush into, and instead to rely on nades and cross-firing sniper spots here so that it's tougher to move in. The area's been smoked, but I don't know that Vincent Gaming is actually going to push it any further.
Well, I mean, FaZe has already gone down here. So GV are a man down, and they've eaten a bit of damage, but VG are very, very healthy, and they have a nice defensive spread here. Can they capitalize on this? It does look as though a rotation from GV is going to push into that A site.
Yeah, Rizal just keeping that middle section cornered up, and there's a big entry into A site though.
There's still plenty of players in the game right now and not very much time left. 30 seconds, nades being thrown here. We do have a lot of presence with Golden V over here on the site. The bomb is now down. We have 35 seconds in this game remaining. Vincent Gaming coming around. Will they be able to reclaim A?
It's going to be real difficult, especially when 7 takes Riao down like that.
And after not seeing anyone else, I think Notson, he smells it, takes down 7.
Can he get the defuse, though?
Oh.
Still 15 seconds in this game.
Does get Snox. He needs one more and the defuse. It's going to need to be quick. There's a bit of back and forth here.
Oh!
Hears the sound, immediately snatches it back and gets the shot. Knowing that he's very low HP, all he had to do was just get the crossfire at the right person, get the final kill.
Excellent play here. Now 6-7. Vincent Gaming barely in the lead. Golden V with some clutch play. I got to say, Golden V really adapting and tuning their play to a very different Vincent Gaming here.
Yeah, GV seem to have adapted a lot better to this matchup than they did in that Q9 matchup where they kind of just got walked over a little bit. So I really like what I'm seeing out of GV against what many would say would be the more difficult opponents.
It's got to be a tense moment here for Vincent Gaming. They're really having to fight to take this game, and they may, in fact, lose this. And if they lose here, who knows? They might be losing one of the other maps as well. And we've got our first big upset here at the Grand Finals.
Yeah, that can certainly be possible, but with the base spot from FaZe, not going down anytime soon, taking 2 down, that's easy. Still 5v4 now. Golden V might be lost, but still trying out A site.
Yeah, and you can see VG just wrapping around, making life difficult there. They kind of cornered GV ever so slightly into that A side. And I mean, that is just a difficult position to break for FaZe.
That was pretty sick. Great job there by FaZe. It's a 2v1 right now. FaZe is being hunted. Now, where exactly can he go? The C4 is down. Vincent Gaming will be guarding that, no doubt.
Yeah, one of the best headshotters with the pistol. So you can certainly make impossible possible.
He's got 55 seconds here. He knows where the bomb is. It's very cool to see Vincent Gaming's movement here. They're actually leaving the C4, which I didn't expect. It looks like they know that a sniper is probably going to slowly approach this, so maybe they can pistol him down from behind. If they do go through tunnels, I guess they're not. They're going to rotate through the B site.
Yeah, understanding that A long can be a better position for FaZe to actually get one pick off and then immediately back off and get the second kill. I think Vincent Gaming made the right choice. And even if he plant an A site, it can actually be an easier rotation for VG to go towards access road and into A site immediate. That rotation can be actually be pretty easy by VG.
Yeah, but now they know that he's going to be around A, so they can get into a much better position. And FaZe just didn't have the goods there.
A lot
VG
to
take
talk
away.
about back there. I mean, the fact that he used the clock so effectively, and he knew the guy is a sniper player. Okay, you can't easily close in on that. You have to be very cautious. And so in the last 10 seconds, they then push into B. That's the moment where you have to plant the bomb, and that's how that shot was taken off. Beautiful play.
Yeah, and their defense into B, like that rotation down, up through B, was so smart because it just shut down the door. They knew he wouldn't be there. They knew he would be in A. They knew he'd be going after the bomb. So they just outplayed him. They thought 3 steps further ahead than what FaZe did in that part of the game.
As the game continues on now, it's 4-5. Vincent Gaming barely, 6-8 here, barely in the lead. But I got to say, Golden V is really playing the series of their lives here. They're looking incredible. FaZe has already been picked out. Vincent Gaming doing an excellent job of different strategic rotations here.
Yeah, with a pretty fast spawn and the rotation into that B entrance. Yeah, VG pushed out into the entrance using that smoke, and immediately Golden V thought, okay, there's got to be a aggressive push. Didn't really push into B entrance at all.
Shocks is going to be picked. Shocks with just insane play there. Snox really giving it to Vincent Gaming. This actually could turn the tides of this game here. 3v4 right now. Vincent Gaming is staying back here, but 3 players is not enough to cover 2 bomb sites against 4 players. And it does seem like Golden V is going to instead try to inch in here, maybe into the B site. We'll see. The bomb has been dropped. Of course, 45 seconds is plenty of time to hit either site.
But this is a clock ticking down for BL because they got a lot more a lot more pressure for the global risk to actually defend.
But it looks as though it is kind of being read by VG here. And look at that. You can see instantly Knudsen on the rotation over to A, but he might not need it. Mendez does get Creeds. Blame takes down Mendez. Lukaum is down. It is 1 versus 3.
But this is a lot of low HP players. A bullet here, a bullet there. You can win this game. Snox is down, 7 low, but he's got to watch his right. To the right is another. Yep, there it is. Good job there. Drawing the fire away, allowing Blame to blindside him. That's exactly how you win a 2v1. You can't have your gun pointed in 2 different directions at once, and that is how we are at 7-8. It's anybody's game right now.
They can totally go for Golden V if they can carry this kind of momentum in the second half. It's continuing. Vincent Gaming challenging them a little bit too far into that BL side. I think Vincent Gaming can just stay put and look for that attack to come at them instead of going out into that BL side.
Well, very different this time. No one has that central street covered on VG. You can see they've gone 3 and 2 between B and A. So, I mean, Golden V might be looking here to make a weird rotation because they might be going from over to A.
Yeah, this is exactly happening because VG oftentimes they don't have a sniper. Usually when they have five rifles, they open up the midsection, especially after Rizal taking so many members with that headshot, with the through shot through the wall right in the middle. I don't think Golden V will be even thinking about pushing mid.
But they are pushing A.
Oh man, this is a nade-rich location here. It looks like Golden V may have to turn around.
Good flash. And Fefe is actually going to continue spraying shots.
Snox does go down real early here.
Yeah, Blame, you're getting a little greedy because Fefe cannot really escape from the box. But rest of the members are already making a big rotation into that B site.
And with good defense here, we're seeing Golden V continue to try to find an answer here, try to find a way to get through somehow. But they've eaten a lot of bullets. They lost that firefight back there over at A site. Now they're trying to find another location to get through. But every hit you take is going to put you that much closer to being knocked out if anything is pointed at you.
Yeah, that rotation into the access road was spotted, so rotation should come for A immediately for VG.
Heavily pushing down on A. Blame takes out Riazel, but Lukaum gets 2. Can he get 3?
Knudsen taking some cover there after being flashed. FaZe looking around, he's taken out. And Vincent Gaming is now up 9-7. If Vincent Gaming wins one more game, they have won the first round. Golden V has to win several more games consecutively. They're not allowed to make any more mistakes here as we are close to the end of here. Everything on board. Oh my God!
Did so much
Oh!
damage. That nade actually did close to 150 damage on 3 members. Wow.
That was insane. Before I was even able to finish my summary there, the nade did so much damage, and I don't know. I got my fingers crossed for Golden V here, but this is going to be a miracle if they can take out 4 full health Vincent Gaming players.
Oh man, and FaZe is now up to 7 to clutch it out. He can get few, but Notson's going to take that final kill, and map 1 goes to Vincent Gaming.
It was a close series, though.
It was very, very close. We were expecting VG to kind of run away with it, especially after that first start on BL. But, I mean, GV made it difficult for VG, and there is a lot for them to take away from this map that they can bring into the second map.
My takeaway here really is that Vincent Gaming is able to adapt. I think they had a strong showing. They were aggressive. They were organized. The symbiosis of the players together, you could see it very clearly, but maybe they got a little bit overconfident, or maybe we could say that Golden V really adapted. But again, the fluidity here of Vincent Gaming, they altered their play style. They focused a little bit more on A when it came to offense. They also had very good cover of the bases before they were ever actually breached. It was very hard for Golden V to ever get in there without losing players, without taking damage. And even when they did lose a position, Vincent Gaming was then able to reclaim it.
Yeah, that map, I feel like that was certainly a map where Golden V should have taken, because knowing that it's sub-base next and Black Widow is one of the maps that Vincent Gaming is known to be the best for, and knowing that Black Widow is the map number 3, if the fact that Golden V already lost map number 1, we might just have another 2-0 here.
It's very possible. We'll see. I think sub-base allows for a little bit more variety. We're taking a quick shot at the highlights of this game. Again, Vincent Gaming has terrifying aim. I think Golden V is obviously very strong, but there's these moments where Vincent Gaming just snap shoots down players, and it's insane. Yeah,
VG just seem to have like skills in buckets. Their rotations are great. Their aim is just divine. I mean, look at some of these here. Notson absolutely blasting away GV there. I mean, the guy is a monster.
Really impressive play here. Again, Vincent Gaming is the strongest group on paper here in Group A. But Golden V, which I think it's fair to say, look, I mean, they are strong, but they are holding their own here. But again, sub-base, a different map, different play styles. I think the bases on sub-base are more invadable, are more claimable. So let's see what kind of defense and offense these guys are going to have here. We are now having our players join into the lobby. Do you guys think that we can have Golden V come back?
It's possible, because one of their best map is sub-base for sure, and they need it now or never, because they're down. They were down against Q9. It wasn't like they were stopped like 10-0, 10-1, 10-2. Oftentimes they came close, but seems to me they're losing a lot of their concentration and rotational speed when it comes down to the second half of every single map today.
Yeah, they just seem to be kind of giving it away. But Golden V, I mean, the first map against Q9 on port, they were better in the second half of that map than the first half. The first half it was 8-1. But on sub-base, they were a lot stronger when they were on the BL side. Their GR side was just not good enough against Q9. And they have to kind of bring it back up. That GR side needs to be near damn perfect for GV going into this against VG.
Well, our players are about to start game number 2. The lobby is filling up, and the game is loading. Right now, Vincent Gaming with a 1-0 lead against Golden V. Golden V just now losing 0-2 against Q9. They are fighting for their tournament lives. Let's get this going as round 1 has started on map number 2.
A pretty big aggressive push into the machine room immediately, but a pretty good response from Vincent Gaming to fire back into the machine room. FaZe
This is one of the most aggressive games we've seen here so far. It's already a 2v1. Fefe with almost full HP against FaZe and Creeds. FaZe and Creeds are a bit split up here. This is going to be tough for Fefe. It's going to have to be FaZe and Creeds working together here, and it just does not work out as Fefe is gunned down, and Golden V takes the first game. That was, I think, literally the most action-packed, shortest round we've had on this map so far.
That's exactly what Golden V needed, knowing that Vincent Gaming, they were from the qualifier from their regional 6-0, did not lose a single map in sub-base. And most of the time, it was pretty much stomped 10-2, 10-3. So that was a great round to start off.
I mean, I blinked at the beginning of that and missed half the action.
Yeah,
That was
same.
just ridiculously quick. But this one, much slower, much more reserved than that first game. So we'll see what happens here. VG kind of making moves over towards A, but, you know, they're still trying to find those lanes. They're trying to find that vision of their opponents.
Lots of nades going down here over at A Road as we're seeing some peeking. Can they try to get into the A site? Two-man cover here on A, and then some rotation here. Really only one person covering B, as the other two players are there to either save whichever side. But you got to be careful, and the two-man will cover up there at control. If you overextend, you'll end up getting picked off, and then it becomes a much tougher situation. We have some
trying to vent.
we have some fighting going on down here, and yeah, they are going to come through the vent. It's a 3v3 right now.
Yeah, that didn't kind of work out the way I guess they envisioned it to work out, but VG, are they going to get the C4 planted down and force Golden V into this A site? They are indeed, and the defensive positioning of VG has begun. They need to hold this site for as long as possible.
Nades through the window. We do have mids hiding behind the stairs, and Fefe, this is a common defensive pattern here. Nades again coming down. We have 20 seconds left on the clock, so something has to happen pretty quickly here. Vincent Gaming in a 2v2. Fefe, once again, left alone. Two different sides. Screen's coming down, but he's got to watch his back here as well.
Oh.
Using the pistol. Does he have enough bullets? He
Whoa.
does! In one of the most clutch plays I've seen.
Fefe take a bow, son. That was ridiculous.
He had no ammunition.
He had nothing.
If he had not pulled that off, that was it.
He understood his position so well. He knew that his back was basically exposed if he got anywhere out left or right, a little too far away from the missile zone. But he kept himself under control right there, not too far away. Incredible play by Fefe.
We're back into game 3 now. Again, Vincent Gaming did win in game 1, so Golden V has yet to win, in fact, a map here in this tournament.
And that's going to be hard pills to swallow as they will, you know, go into day 3, currently 0-2 down if this continues the way it has been. But it's going to look rough. 0-4 in map score as well for GV if they lose here.
It's going to be an A play here. B play here for Vincent Gaming. They're going to try to come through here. Good job by Creeds with the pre-fire there. Takes that out, and I think this is going to be a very easy Golden V win.
Snox just clutching it out again from the side, having the perfect flash and a nade right after, taking one more from that hallway. Yeah, Golden V basically had that under control with FaZe backing out without going down.
I mean, GV have generally been weaker on the GR side on this map against Q9, but this time round, they're looking pretty damn good. Like, GV look as though they have got this sorted. Oh my goodness, Snox. Oh.
That was insane. He just managed to shoot through the door there, doing so much damage right now. Vincent Gaming, I think, is getting a little bit over-aggressive here, and it is not serving them well. Right now, Golden V is completely ready to gun down anything that comes in their path.
And Snox was always peeking out towards that control room entry, looking all the way out to the A road. Never really was able to do too much, but in this round, it's going to pay off.
Ooh, Mendez here. Coming up clutch, can he continue to go through? He has a slither of health, and he switches back and forth. He is down, so it's Knudsen against 3. And we all know what he can do. He can definitely take this, but he needs an absolute miracle positioning-wise.
Yeah, he can go towards that B site and keep him right in between the missiles, but he needs to bring one down from the cage and keep that area under control.
Very surprising to see Vincent Gaming performing pretty poorly here at the start. It seems like they had a lot of aggro strategies set up, but none are paying off. Let's see how Knudsen does here, and no surprise there. I mean, just not enough. Golden V right now, if they can keep the ball rolling, they're going to have a very easy second half of this map.
We say very easy, but we know that VG can kind of flip it on a dime and kind of come back into this and, you know, basically 9-0 the next half. Like, it's within their realm of possibilities. Golden V just need to be super, super solid for the rest of this half so they can carry a massive lead into the second half and hopefully get a couple of games off VG again, who uncharacteristically have not been playing this map particularly well so far.
Yeah, Vincent Gaming, but still this is sub-base as from the Blacklist side. It is pretty hard to break into that GR when you're looking to transition that late into that A road. So far, because of the very first round and knowing that how aggressive Golden V can be, Vincent Gaming actually leaving that A road for so many rounds, I think that was intended, just in case they peek out again and again like Snox did in the previous round too. And he's coming out again into that A road.
Yeah, Snox with some great shots here.
That's two.
Sneaky again.
Pre-firing Snox is taken out, but his death was not in vain here. It's now, again, a 1 versus 3. Golden V here is really holding Vincent Gaming's feet to the fire. I have to say, I am so impressed with this. And look, I mean, maybe there's some kind of a crazy turnaround, but right now, it's hard to imagine, especially with the bullet play here from Golden V.
Snox is only allowed to do that because Vincent Gaming, they don't really have a sniper looking into that window, into the control room entry through the double doors. I think that's one thing they might be thinking after this round, bringing at least one sniper.
Well, Seven and FaZe kind of trying to wrap through the A bomb site around the back of the last remaining VG member, but it looks as though he is wise to it and he's going to start moving over to B.
Yeah, Rizal does have the C4, and this time it's not 1v3, but both of the members from GV, they're full health. It's one thing that he needs to be cautious, but knowing that there's one FaZe is one of the member. With the sniper gun, I think B side is a smart choice.
20 seconds remaining, but the bomb has been planted.
Who's actually going for the bait position?
This is a really smart move here. You're kidding me! That is allowing Vincent Gaming to bounce back. A situation where I think it was very fair to say Golden V had that, but I like the preempting of the push. He knew that they were going to slow push through that tunnel, came out, shot them down. You know, Golden V could have come from another angle, but that's instinct for you there from Vincent Gaming.
Read like an absolute book. Just phenomenal play. A guy who kind of has been a little bit quiet today. He's currently 3 and 4 on his KD. But, I mean, that was a big statement right there. He was 1 and 4 before this and then suddenly jumps back into this game. And we see a lot more kind of back and forth here between the two as VG Lucam does eat quite a bit of damage right there.
A very turtled position here over at the A site. There's nobody really trying to, oh, excuse me, an actually overextension there. And they're going to go straight into the B site. All-out firefight here as the C4 goes down. We see our last Golden V player, Blame, scrambling to try to get up here. And it should be very obvious what angle he's going to come from.
Yeah, and was then pincered right at the end. Blame kind of just walked into an absolute kill zone there and does go down.
Tied up 3-3 now.
Yeah, Vincent Gaming, they're catching the rotation now with even Notson bringing that sniper action. Snox also caught by Fefe. This is 5v3, 5v2 now.
I mean,
They
again,
got the machine room controlled, but the A side is totally open. C4 is going that way.
Some of these games are going so fast, it's almost impossible to keep up with. It's like we start the round and already half the team's dead. 3v2, as this game does begin to pace itself down. An A site plant. This is going to be very tough for Golden Beat to come in here and breach. Yeah. Creeds is very low. 1 pistol shot and he's out. And good luck, Creeds.
Did FaZe pick up that AWM then?
Yes.
That's a very interesting choice. I think he would have been better off with the AR, with the AK.
I think he wanted to go into the control room and then get some more picked off to the A bottom. When he's getting that AWM, he can certainly get that control. But did not really work out, certainly. I think he had to wait for his teammate before going in.
Vincent Gaming with the comeback here. It's now 4-3. We're seeing a slower paced opening here for Vincent Gaming. C4 has been dropped, so nobody overextends. We have one player just checking to make sure there's no rotation around here from Golden V back through the B side here to try to hit them from behind, and there's not. A lot of spraying through the smokes here in case there's any extra damage distributed, but so far nobody's taken a bullet just yet.
Yeah, it's finally it looks like a normal game in sub-base.
Yeah, no kidding. Fefe here is blinded and is shot down.
Blame gets 2, then Lucam and Fefe are down, so it is 5 versus 3. And I mean, it is looking like GV are going to wrap this one up.
Yeah, but if you take things a little slower, I think reaching out and grabbing Snox whenever he's peeking out to the A road, and then working your way into that B side will be the best strategy right now for VG.
VG in one of their more challenging positions so far on this map. A 5v3, the C4 has been picked up again, but there's no obvious location to go through here, as every Golden V player is basically spraying enough bullets through that there's really no way to penetrate any of these areas.
No, and Blame there gets the shot right up through the bottom of the player. I was going to say right up the bum, but gets taken down, and there we go. GV again closed that one out. It is 4-4. Going into the last round of this first half.
Let's see who's going to take this. We are so close here. A lot of nades coming down here, really hitting in the mid area around control. We're seeing VG looking for a position to push. They're actually pretty far back, minus the one player in the vents here, possibly signaling a hit into A. But no, now we're having more players now come towards the B side. Again, Golden V's best play here is to just pick a player off here and there before they really push in.
Yeah, Golden V almost thought about coming out from the hallway right into the central square, going for that same push again. And again, Snox peeking out, getting for those sweet hits. That's only coming out because VG, again, not getting those sniper kills at all.
Snox does get taken down, and we can see Creed's playing very, very patiently there as View. Yu Zhao takes him down.
Okay, this is going to force another rotation into the B side. Immediately going into A in a couple of seconds will be the best timing for VG.
Yeah, Yu Zhao versus 7 might be an interesting fight to jump on board with, but it is 3 versus 2. 4 versus 2. And it looks as though the wraparound is going to be good. One VG player does go down. There's just FaZe left with the AWM.
Yeah, and the sniper rifle's not going to cut it. Shot through the smoke. Beautiful play as Vincent Gaming ekes out a lead, 5-4. We will now have the players switch sides. Let's not forget that Vincent Gaming won in a very close match in map number 1. You need 2 map wins to win this series. So as good as Golden V has been, and they are very impressive today, they have yet to have a victory against this team or Q9, who they lost to 0-2.
I think without Snox, Golden V could have lost this first half with much less of a score. Yeah, because Snox was able to grab those a lot of through shots through the double door into the A road, it was only possible to grab that 4 points. But Vincent Gaming should be feeling a lot better going into. They have the momentum. They had a lot more pokes into that B side. So I think understanding that going into the second half should be feeling a lot better.
And now we begin this. Golden V is going to have to show us some excellent offense, and already a rush into the A site before we can even really get started here. I love Blame turtling over here by the stairs. Some nades going down there with good game sense here for Vincent Gaming, trying to come in here and prevent any more pushes. 7 going down, and it's now a 5v2 here as Golden V is just not able to finish what they started.
Yeah, Lukeheim gets Blame and 7 there, absolutely dominating. Then Nodson takes down FaZe. And I mean, look at VG, they're not even touched.
Nodson got that shot off from the machine room window into the access road.
It's so insane. Now it's just Snox and Creeds. And this is how you can see in Crossfire, aggression really can be a double-edged sword here. Snox gets 1 kill, but will not get any more, as Vincent Gaming will push that lead up to 6-4. I don't blame Golden V for going for the aggro right away, but it seems like they only did it in a half measure. They got halfway through there and then waited. And stairs is not a good spot to try to hold. That is nade material.
Yeah, they kind of just abandoned ship, as you said, like halfway through that push. And when you commit to aggression, you need to commit to it. If they'd run down those stairs and try to overwhelm A early, I think they would have taken that side.
Great play here by Vincent Gaming, spamming shots through the vents. I don't know that Golden V is going to try to commit. It seems like some of the players are too spread out for a proper push into A. C4 looks like they may try to move that back down towards mid here. They're peeking. You can see that there's a little bit of a no man's land here right around the storage lockers, but I don't know if that's enough of an incentive to commit to trying to go into the B site. You know, the longer that there's firefights in any one of these sites, the more likely the other teammates are to come reinforce it. So it really is about having a balanced rotation between the two areas and creating ambiguity about what your team's motivations are.
Checking right now towards that central way. Thought about going into hallway at the same time from lockers, but going to make that big rotation. Still left with 1:15 on the clock, so not too bad. Can VG actually make a similar rotation into A? They have 2A bottom.
Yeah, but GV pushing into A side now, and it looks like VG are going to try and get the wraparound. Fefe gets blamed, but Snox takes down Fefe. But look at this, Snox gets another. Ryuzao gets Snox though, and it is over. Lucan with the double kill right at the end there.
Beautifully
Absolutely
done.
insane.
He just shot right through the fence, taking him out. And things are starting to slip between the cracks here pretty quickly for Golden V. What seemed to be a good defense half in game one is becoming an abysmal offense. They only seem to be able to get part of the way through the defense. As you can see, Vincent Gaming is able to then rearrange their position so well. They are so good at thinking on their feet, and that's exactly what we saw back there.
But we've seen GV go down early against VG nearly every half, and they managed to pull it back to a point where you think, oh, maybe this is the time they're going to get the win. And they fall at the end, but VG looks as though they're just completely locking this down and making sure GV get nothing when they're on the BL side.
It is a 4v5 right now as FaZe has already been assassinated. C4 is dropped actually in the mid, now picked up.
Seven got that AWM back with Snox, trying to catch the rotation from Shutter into AC or the other way, vice versa. But no one's moving. Creed opening up from that B side. We'll actually get that with Mendez. Getting that big headshot is actually huge.
And Notson as well, cleaning up Creeds. It is a 4 versus 2. Make that 4 versus 1. Blame is the last man standing. Does manage to get one, but nope. Not good enough. Lucan finishes it out.
What I really like about Vincent Gaming is watching them actually, as they start to get the lead as players, they begin to surround the position. They know that that screen, that gun can't be pointed in enough directions.
Offensive move from VG into number
this
two.
is so
totally
sick.
taken away, even into A road.
They are playing this so aggressive, and it is working out. 7 and Snox, the only 2 remaining.
A little bit of a roll switch here as VG is suddenly bum rushing Golden V. Golden V probably telling each other to dial it back and be careful. And this is exactly when you want to see Vincent Gaming pull the trigger, run forward as these guys are shift walking up to their spots out of nowhere. Vincent Gaming comes out like a bunch of ninjas and shoots down everybody.
Yeah, 4-0 in the second half, just looking for that final round to kill off, but Creed's getting a first kill into Notson. Now allowing a lot of hallway position, and Golden V does open up one more towards B. C4 is also coming.
FaZe doing absolute work. Lucan does eventually take him down, but this is, yeah, that's the turnaround they needed to happen here. But VG, man, you know, GV are stepping into, you know, VG's, this is their territory. Vincent Gaming's territory is this map, and I mean GV so far on this blacklist side are just not looking strong enough to take away VG.
It's crazy to see the different playstyles that VG has. That was my favorite part so far, was when they just rushed it. They came right in there. I think they expected to put GV on tilt after that. I think GV's done a good job, but they're going to have to win 5 games in a row if they're going to take this. Some good nading coming down here from VG as they are just chipping away at whatever hit points remain here in what may be the last match between these two teams.
The last match it may be, but it might continue. GV very heavily stacking those stairs there. And we see Creed's kind of getting away with murder there, poking his head out and not being shot. But there we go, he is down. Fefe gets him, jumping as he tries to jump back into the doorway.
Fefe very clutch over here with his shots. We have one more player trying to dip down here, but shot through the smoke. Snox coming through here.
Fefe.
Oh my God! Completely insane, Fefe with the all kill there. Oh my God, that was incredible.
The man just made a meat grinder on those stairs.